sometime we may be able to view our past lives and string them together and find someone who is good not on dream analysis but life analysis. Right? If so, that person would have a very interesting art, would they not?
Yeah.
Comparable to the dream analysis in our world. Now what does, see, this is saying that there are many parts we have. They may be connected, see, they may be connected. And just like each dream is separate and distinct and we can't recall a dream we had when we're dreaming, we can't, you ever have a dream where you recall a dream you had the night before? No, each one is private, separate. In the same way, each life is separate and distinct and you can't recall other lives until you wake up from your existence. You can recall different dreams when you wake up. Does that mean, therefore, when you wake up to the fact that you've had other existences, you can then line them up and study them? 1, 2, 3, 4? So that if you have a nightmare, look here, see, if you have a terrible dream, is it possible upon analysis that you may learn something very significant about it? Is it possible if you had a terrible life, you may wake up and discover something important about it? Well, if that's the case, if that's possible, see, we're just playing with an analogy, with whole and parts. That's all we're doing. We're driven to that, aren't we? By what appears to be unjust lives we've been given, unjust dreams we've been given. Suppose someone came up to you and said, you know what, I think the whole universe is mad, crazy, because I have had a terrible dream. What would you tell them?
Sit down and talk.
Let's say, yeah, you suffered a lot in that dream that you had. Truly you have. Right? Good.
What's the message it's trying
What's
to
the
tell
message
you?
in the dream? What can you learn from it? But that's only possible if you can wake up out of your dream and view it. Uh-oh, if that's the case, go the other level.
What are the messages that you can learn in terms of the injustices in the life?
That's
your
right.
life?
That's right.
Messages.
Well, that suggests something curious then. If there is a learning that takes place through a series of dreams that can illuminate our present life, then through it we are getting a greater grasp of the nature of dreams and the way in which they appear in sequence and why certain themes reappear. Would you agree, when you look at a series of dreams, certain themes reappear?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Whatever you say here may be said here.
It's sometimes said that you change, or you go through many lives in one life too.
Surely.
Or
Surely.
many stages.
That's right. That's right.
So you
In that
just use
sense,
one life to see it.
in that sense, you may get an insight into a dream that is so profound, then you're not going to get the kind that previously were in a cycle when you weren't able to understand it. But in understanding it, that may change all future dreams, may it not? That's right. It does. It happens. Uh-oh. Push it up here. Do it.
No. If you get a profound insight into one life or a part of that one life, it would change the direction you go in all future.
Therefore, you can change your own destiny on two levels, one through dreams and one through what might be regarded as
Future lives.
Yes.
Reincarnations, if you want to call
That's
it.
right.
Or
Yeah.
even
yeah,
in this life.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, we're focusing on the meaning and the processes and the transformations of the particular forms that we take, don't we? Is that what we're doing? We're going back to this idea of part to whole because we want to know what is that whole of which we are truly a member. But wait now, we're getting close to something curious. As you explore dreams in a series, it wakes up your own reflection. It makes you see something about your present existence, your present life. It gives you a greater grasp of what?
Who you are.
Who you are.
What you are.
What you are.
Why your things are happening like they are.
Why things are happening the way they are.
Let's see, why is it bad?
Good. Good. Wait now, push it up here.
Why did...
You see, here you'll find the intelligibility for that part that you call yourself now. What would you be doing here? Finding the intelligibility in a series of lives, each of which may have its own lesson. Is that right? Its own thing to learn. Is that right? The whole thing, therefore, is a learning. And therefore, the full realization of that learning, would it not bring us to this curious three words we left behind a short while ago? We would see, therefore, there is a purpose, that it's intelligible, and through our learning we gain a interesting kind of intelligence, not the kind that you need for running the stock market or building cars, but a different kind, right? And therefore there's a more full use of intellect. On what level? Here.
Understanding the whole.
Understanding the whole. Now look here. What if it were possible to gain this kind of insight here in your present existence?
Yeah. Okay.
Then that would speed up
This process.
as well as,
Yep.
No.
would it not?
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
Get a good insight into that intelligence.
And you would have to see, would you not agree, the basic thing you'd have to see over and over again, the thing every man wants to see, every person in the world wants to see, every person who's ever been born wants to see.
The best. The good.
That everything should be exactly where it is best for it to be. That's what you really want to see. For if you can see that, that means the universe is justice. And we're not going to stop until we find that out. And we're not going to stop.
Incredible.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
That's where man is going.
There was a book written about 10 or 15 years ago called 2150.
Oh, 2150.
He claimed that we're living always the future and the present and the past all simultaneously. So everything is one and everything is happening. So he would jump to the future life and into a past life and played around with the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I found it logical, but a little hard to digest.
I thought you had reference to something else once called the 52 Club. Not many of us remember that. Yes, now look. I'd like to do something now. You see, going by the way we're going, there is one thing that's essential for this to be the way it should be and the way it's best for all things. And that is, would you not agree, the thing that's most important is learning.
That's right.
That has to be central to the entire universe.